Hi, I'm John Trischler, and I'm with Specialty Performance Parts. And today we're going to talk about how to install our optional wire kit to power your backlight on your Radiance lights without having to cut factory wires and without having to use the factory switches. This is going to give you ignition power, so when the vehicle comes on, you're going to get power. When the vehicle goes off, it's going to shut the power off to those backlights. But again, this is going to eliminate the need to cut into factory wiring and to utilize the factory switches for your backlight. So let's see how this installs. Alright, so your kit is going to include one of these BCM connectors and a short wire, and it's going to include 2 butt connectors. And I'm going to show you where to install those here real quick. Fairly simple installation, and you can utilize some factory wire that's already there that you probably wouldn't use anyway. So what this does is this BCM connector connects to the backside of one of these plugs in a dead pocket where Ford just didn't utilize a connector to power certain things. So we're going to take a look at that here real quick. So first thing, we're on the passenger side. All right, so this is the passenger side fuse panel, and we just pop this off, and you'll notice we've already got one installed, so we're just going to do this a little bit backwards so you can see where it is. But this bottom plug right here, you're just going to push this little tab down, and you're going to lift up on this white release lever, and then this is going to come out, and then this is the plug that we're going to install our connector in. So to do that, the first thing we want to do is release this red retainer clip, and you can just kind of pull on that with your fingernail or a light screwdriver on each side, and that should slide off just like this. Alright, and our pin actually goes in the top here, the second, I'm going to use this to point at it, the second from the right on the top. And there's already one installed, so yours is not going to have anything in there. It's going to be blank. But once you insert this, that's where it's going to go, right there. All right, and so to get that, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this zip tie off. All right, so the first thing we want to do, we need to clip this zip tie off so that we can remove this top cap. So that just pulls right out, and that zip tie just retains, it just holds the wire here to this cap. All right, now you'll see there's a little release right here, so you can take a little screwdriver or something like that and kind of pop that out of the way, and then that will release. I should have got a screwdriver, but there we go, that works. So you see that kind of pop out of the way. Actually want to move this forward and then pop that out of the way. And then this lifts right off. It has a couple little tabs here on the back side that hold it in from the back, and then it clips in the front. Now this is exposed. This is where you're going to slide your terminal down. I'm going to go ahead and remove this real quick. Alright, so as you see, we've gone ahead and removed this pin just so I can show you how it inserts in there. And you're going to insert this from the top side up. If it goes in and it's difficult to slide in, then you've got it upside down. But do you see how the clip area is here on the top? This little clip is on the top as well. And if you look at the front of it, you'll see this fold right in the very front is also at the top. Alright, so when I say the top, this is the top, so you want to slide it in just like this. Alright, so we're going to slide that in the blank hole here, the second from the right, and it should just clip right in. You'll hear it go click. There we go. So it clicked right in. So there it is right there. Now, when we put this back together, everything's going to hold that in place, including this clip in the front. So the first thing we want to do, again, is just doing this backwards, put that in there. That's going to snap in place. We're going to get our new zip tie. We're going to run that through these grooves, back up to the other side. Try to get it the right direction here. Back up to the other side. we'll zip that down. That holds our wires in place there. And we'll just cut that off. Alright, now then on the bottom side here, all we need to do is just make sure we've got this the right direction. Should have your smaller section here at the top, and then that will line right up and just snap back in. Now you can connect that back, and as you push down and you push this lever, it's going to draw it in and click in place, and then you're good there. Now the other end, you're going to have, it'll be hard to see in the video here, but you're going to have these additional wires here at the top. You're going to have to find them. You might have to pull this piece right below the fuse box off. There's just little push tabs right here. These little push tabs, and you can just pull it down, and that'll come off, give you a little more room to work in here. But you're going to have these 6 wires, which are just like the wires that are under the hood for the switch panel. And what those wires are, they're dead wires. One end is in here, not hooked up to anything. The other end is outside the truck, not hooked up to anything. You probably have come across them when you've tried to hook up your lights to other switches. And those dead wires, what they're for is to just jump from the outside of the truck to the inside of the truck with the switches. Say you want to hook up a Nintendo gaming system or something to your switches. Those are just jumper wires. Well, in this case, we can utilize those dead wires to get us power outside the truck here so we can connect our backlight. So you can really pick any one of them because they're not connected to anything. They're just jumper wires. So I'd use one of the thicker ones, the higher gauge ones, just so you have plenty of power to those backlights. And you'll connect that, as you see here, with one of the butt connectors. And then once you've done that, you can put your panel back on, and then you're going to have power to that same. Make sure you notate what color wire that you're connected to, because that's the exact same one you want to connect to underneath the hood. And then we're ready to go ahead and move under the hood so we can make that connection for our backlight. Alright, so now we're under the hood where our switch wires are, and you'll notice that here on the top, this is where your powered switch wires are. And bear with me because, of course, we've got a lot of lights already hooked up to it, so yours may be clean. You may not have anything hooked up to any of these wires, so you don't have any of this loom or anything like that. But these top bundles of wires are the actual powered ones for your switches. The other wires, you'll notice down here, in this other group at the bottom, are the same color. These are your dead wires. These are the ones that come from the inside of the truck. And again, they're down a little lower. So we've matched up now the wire that we've connected to that pin, just like this, and we've connected it now to our white backlight. So now when we turn on the truck, we should have a backlight. So let's go ahead and turn on the truck and see if we've got our backlight. Alright, so now you can see we've got our backlight with our ignition now, and we don't have to utilize a switch or cut any factory wiring, and so we don't have to worry about any kind of warranty issues with that anymore, just by using our BCM connector backlight kit. And so now you've got your backlight with your marker lights and everything on ignition. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and visit spvparts.com to get your kit and your other Raptor light kits and other accessories.